Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Scopus Research Hub. We're here to make your academic publishing journey a whole lot smoother and way more successful. Today, we're going to tackle a small but mighty part of your research paper, one that can literally make or break your chances of getting published, the abstract.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. The abstract, it's the very first thing an editor reads. And you know what? For tons of researchers scrolling through databases, it's often the only thing they see. A really well-crafted abstract can be the difference between getting your paper reviewed and getting an immediate rejection. It is that important.
So, is your abstract really the only thing editors see? Well, at that first critical stage, surprisingly, the answer is often yes. Just imagine an editor with a mountain of submissions to get through. They're using that abstract as a quick filter, a first impression that can absolutely be the final one.
Which brings us to the abstract's crucial role. The best way to think about it is as your research's business card. It has to be sharp, it has to be professional, and it has to show right away why your work matters. The stakes really couldn't be higher. And this slide really lays out the two different paths your paper can take. A weak abstract, you know the type. It's a bit vague, maybe too long, the structure is all over the place. That's a one-way ticket to a desk rejection. That's an instant no from the editor before your paper even gets a chance. But a winning abstract, that's your golden ticket. That gets you to peer review, where the experts in your field actually dig into your work. And that's what leads to downloads, reads, and citations. So, how do we actually write that winning abstract? Well, it all boils down to a core philosophy, which, lucky for us, can be broken down into 5 simple golden questions. If you can answer these, you're signaling quality right from the get-go.
And here they are. These 5 questions are the backbone of a fantastic story. They take the editor on a journey, right from the problem you're solving and why it's a big deal, to how you did it, what you found, and then the big finale, what it all means. It's about showing, not just telling. For instance, instead of just saying you studied a topic, you're answering why is this important by stating you're addressing a critical knowledge gap that could change how the industry operates. See the difference? It's huge.
All right, so we've got the philosophy down. But how do we translate those questions into a solid structure? Let's get into the nuts and bolts and break down the core elements and the stylistic rules that will help you build your winning abstract.
The structure needs to have a really logical flow, just like you see here. You start with a background to kind of set the stage, then you pinpoint the specific research gap you're filling. From there, you briefly explain your methods, you highlight your most important findings, and then you wrap it all up with the implications. It's basically a perfect miniature of your entire paper. And here's the catch. You have to do all of that within a super strict word count. Most Scopus-indexed journals will give you a limit somewhere between 150 and 250 words. There's absolutely zero room for fluff. Every single word has to earn its spot.
And this is what it should look like in the end. It's not a list of bullet points. It's one smooth, coherent paragraph. Your sentences have to flow logically, one into the next. And pro tip, using clear, academic English and leaning towards the active voice will make it so much more direct and powerful.
Now, for some really critical do's and don'ts. You definitely want to weave your keywords in naturally. But on the don't side, and this is big, don't use citations, tables, or undefined abbreviations. And maybe the biggest red flag you can wave at an editor, an abstract that doesn't perfectly match what's in the paper. Consistency is absolutely everything.
Okay, so you've impressed the editor, but a great abstract job isn't done yet. Let's look beyond that first step. A great abstract doesn't just get you published, it makes sure your work actually gets found by other researchers. It's a powerful tool for search algorithms and for readers scanning for new research.
So, to really maximize your reach, you need to think like a search engine. That means repeating your key concepts naturally and using terms that are recognized internationally. And hey, don't be shy about it. Frame your contribution clearly with phrases like, "This study is the first to." This kind of optimization is exactly what leads to higher visibility, more downloads, and ultimately, more citations.
And if you want a little insider tip, straight from an editor's perspective, this is it. At the end of the day, they're looking for 3 things: clarity, originality, and contribution. Your abstract is the very first place you get to prove you've got all 3. So, maybe the best way to approach this whole thing is to see your abstract as a persuasive pitch. You are marketing all of your hard work to busy editors and reviewers. A strong, clear abstract, that signals a careful, confident researcher. A weak one, well, it can suggest sloppy work, and that gives them a really easy reason to just say no.
Okay, let's bring this all together with a final checklist.
Before you even dream of hitting that submit button, you've got to run your abstract through these essential checks to make sure it's ready for prime time.
All right, let's run through this together. Before you submit, ask yourself, does my abstract nail all 5 golden questions? Am I within the journal's word limit? Does it read like one smooth paragraph? Are my keywords worked in naturally? And most importantly, does it perfectly mirror what's in my paper? If you can say yes to all of these, you are in a fantastic spot to succeed.
And please remember this, you're not just writing a summary of your work. With every single word you choose, you are crafting a compelling invitation. An invitation that makes a busy journal editor stop, pay attention, and say, yes, let's publish this.
Stay tuned. In the coming days, we'll be releasing more short videos packed with insider secrets and hidden tips on how to prepare your research for publication in Scopus-indexed journals.